For the people who play, support and enjoy the game of squash, it is understood as more than just a sport. Squash has its own culture in which feelings of community, accomplishment and social interaction go hand in hand with the physicality of the game. The following interviews that make up this film aim to provide an inside account of this culture as 4 squash players, both amateur and professional, describe what squash means to them.
I first started when I was about 12 and I went down casually with Dad and he did a bit of coaching with me, and then I got put into a development squad, but it was too early for me and I wasn't ready to be put into a competitive level, so I stopped and I came back about a year ago, and just due to family playing and other people down there that I already knew, friends were like, oh, come play again, and it just went from there.
Started when I was 7 and my parents both played, so they were C grade players. They both played at Island Bay, and then we moved to Tawa, and my older brother started as well, and that's how I got into it.
So I first started playing squash when I was younger. I'd just go down and have a hit with my sister and my dad. I think that's really what sparked my interest, was seeing my dad play an interclub and going down and watching him and thinking that I wanted to do that as well.
I played many years ago, just briefly at school, and then nothing for a long time, and then I was playing tennis across the road, and came to the end of the season and looked across and saw this funny looking blue building and thought, what's there? And turned out to be a squash club, so I'm here 6 days a week.
So the first thing I've brought is my squash racket.
Yep.
And this represents squash because it's what you use, it's how you play the game, and also to me it's something that I own, that I can use myself for me to look after. The other thing I've brought is my Nationals jersey. This is from the E-Grade Nationals 2015, where my club and I represented not only Mana Squash Club but all of Wellington, and this represents squash to me because it's a big achievement that I've done with people that I've really enjoyed spending the time with.
I brought my New Zealand jersey and I brought my passport. Well,
Okay.
I've been a full-time squash player for 5 years now. Squash has opened up a lot of opportunities for me, from starting at 7 years old, and I'm 26 now. So I played for 19 years. I grew up in Tawa playing a lot of squash. I was lucky to play for the Tawa club. I've played for Wellington, and I've been lucky enough to play for New Zealand. So that's what squash has meant for me. It's been a full-time job, but it's a passion that I can play for a club, a district, and my country as well, which is the proudest moment that you can have, being able to play for your country. Which takes me into my passport as well. Being able to play full-time means that I can be a professional athlete, and I get to travel the world. I've travelled since I was 13 years old when I did my first trip on my own, and I've moved through to be able to travel all around the world, and that's why my passport it's quite cool, being able to look at it and reflect on where I've been, what I've done, the places I've been, the people I've met.
So I bought a printout of my personal profile from the New Zealand squash grading list, and I bought my favourite squash dress. My printout relates to me seeing squash as a competitive sport. So every person who plays squash in New Zealand gets uploaded to iSquash, and with this they can track their development. You can track who you've beaten and who you've lost to, and so for me this is a very personal thing and something that really relates to my enjoyment of squash, because I can see whether I'm developing, and I've just made it to C grade, and I'm pretty stoked, so that's why I brought that. I brought my dress because whenever I wear this dress I feel competitive and I feel like it relates to part of my identity. Like, I love being a squash player, and whenever I wear this dress I know that I'm either playing in a tournament or playing inter-club or training, and it just really encapsulates how squash is part of my identity.
I brought my Mana shirt and I brought my access tag to the club.
Yep.
So what they represent. The shirt, I guess, for me represents sort of the team, being committed to a team. It's almost like a family here, is what I like. I like putting my shirt on and playing. Even if I'm not playing good, I've got people behind me cheering for me, and it's an awesome feeling. So I wear it with pride. I know. I want other clubs to know that I'm from this club. The tag is, well, it's access to the building. It's the thing I like about squash. When I started playing here, I was playing tennis across the road initially, and it came to the end of daylight savings, winter, suddenly couldn't play it. So with squash you can play 24 hours a day. Doesn't matter whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, it doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So that, I like it, I can play whenever. Actually, the guy that got me into the club initially, we would come down here at 3 o'clock in the morning, we'd sit there texting each other, you awake? Yep, can't sleep, let's go play. And so we'd be down here at 3 in the morning playing, or 5 in the morning before work, and then 12 at night. And so I like the fact that you can play whenever. You can play by yourself, you can come down, you don't need an opponent, because you can come down and go through drills. So yeah, that is a big one for me.
Because of the fitness in it, it's a really good sport for keeping yourself active, and it's fun. And the squash club is open 24/7. There's no time limit to it. Another reason why I really enjoy it, and I think other people should play squash, is the social side of it. I love everyone that's at our club and how welcoming they are, and it's a great sport to play because it's a single sport and you can do it at your own level, but also there's other people to boost you up and keep you going, and it's
It's a competitive sport. It's very social as well, so a lot of people love to play, but as soon as they get off the court it's social too, so you can come up, you can have a beer, you can have some fun, and a lot of people come just to hang out, just to have some fun as well.
If you're a competitive person, squash is definitely a good option for you. You can really track your development, and I love that. Like, I get so much satisfaction when I know I've played a good game. I also think people should play because it is a very social sport, and you do feel part of a community when you. It's an easy way to make friends and a good way to sort of exercise. You can play squash at whatever level you choose and put in as much effort or dedication as you choose. So.
The first one has to be obviously the physical aspects of it. It's a very fast, very fit game. It's easy to keep weight down, keep your fitness up. Secondly, more important, for me it's more important is the social aspect of it. It's a game where, I don't know, everybody, even your opponent, you get along. You don't, there's no hate, there's no anger involved in it. And every level, there's A graders that help E graders. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, everyone looks at you the same, you're playing the same game, and the support is there. So yeah, I think those two reasons for me.
the social and just the enjoyment of playing.
Squash is my life.
Identity and challenging.
My two words would be friends and adventure.
Extreme close-ups.
What happened?
I hit my foot.